GMC just slid the 2026 Sierra into production ahead of schedule and quietly turned up the 6.2 V8's voice in sport mode. Tiny changes, big message. They want your ears and your driveway before winter. I'll show you what actually changed, what it means for real buyers, and the spicy theory a lot of us are whispering about for 2027. Payoff first, then we rewind. Quick payoff you came for. Start of production moved up. Trucks hit lots sooner. That means earlier test drives, earlier incentives, earlier word of mouth. 6.2 V8 sounds fuller in sport. Same muscle, better soundtrack on demand. Not fake piped-in noise. Valves opening, air flowing, tone deepening. Rest is mostly carryover. New premium whites, earth tones on the 1500. HD trims simplified. And a lineup that's playing chess, not checkers. If you buy with your senses as much as your spreadsheet, this matters. Now let's break it down. 1. Moved up isn't a headline, it's a flex. When an automaker pulls the calendar forward, it usually means two things: confidence in the parts pipeline and confidence in the mix they're building. Dealers want trucks on asphalt for late summer selling season, not sitting in a memo. Earlier builds also start the discount cycle earlier. Translation: your chance to test drive, negotiate, and take delivery just got closer. That schedule shift wasn't the real tell. 2. The change you'll feel in 10 seconds. Sport mode voice. The 6.2-liter already had an active exhaust that behaves in different drive modes. For 2026, Sport gets a little more throat. Valves open longer and sooner, resonance builds faster, and the truck sounds like it means it without droning on the highway. No power bump on the window sticker. This is character, the kind that closes deals on a 2-mile loop, and it quietly tells us who GMC is chasing. 3. Who this targets, and who might switch. If you've been eyeing an F-150 5.0 but wishing the truck felt special at the twist of a dial, Sierra's play is obvious. Keep normal tow civil all week, flip to sport for an Onramp, and grin. If you're coming from a Silverado 6.2, this is the same but better tweak that makes the leap to Sierra feel justified, especially if you live for that Friday night parking lot echo. Still a carryover year though, right? Right, and that matters too. 4. Carryover with clues, colors, and HD cleanup. 2 fresh paints hit the 1500. Think premium white and a warm, dune-like tone. They're not Instagram filters. They're resale plays that photograph like luxury trims and hide dirt better than basic grays. Meanwhile, Sierra HD trims quietly lose a few slow-selling cab bed combos. That's not cost-cutting drama, it's ordering sanity. Fewer weird specs means faster builds and better odds your dealer actually has the configuration you want, which opens the door to the spicy part. 5. The theory. Is this setting the stage for 2027? Here's the garage talk. You don't pull production forward and massage the exhaust character unless you're staging a runway for the next act. The rumor mill says 2027 is the bigger chapter. New looks, tech refresh, and V8 strategy moving into the next decade. So 2026 starts to look like the "don't forget how good this feels" year. You get a taste now, and you'll be thinking about it when order banks open next cycle. Is that official? Number. Is it how brands prime loyalty? Absolutely. And GM isn't the only player in this chess match. 6. Showroom Reality versus F-150, and how it lands on a Saturday. Ford's 2026 F-150 is largely status quo after the 2024 refresh. That's stability. Sierra's counter isn't a new engine, it's timing plus sensation. If 2 trucks drive similarly on paper, the one that arrives sooner and sounds better in sport steals the first impression. For a lot of buyers, first impression wins, especially when your spouse is in the passenger seat saying, "Okay, that sounds nice." But don't buy a sound if the numbers don't fit your life. 7. Mini lesson: active exhaust that doesn't annoy your neighbors. Valved systems do 2 things well. They protect your sanity in normal time tow and deliver theater in sport. With valves shut, you reduce boom and back pressure changes that can upset low-speed drivability. With valves open, you let the V8 breathe and resonate. The trick is calibration so it doesn't bark at 6 a.m. and drone at 70. 2026 nudges the line in the fun direction without wrecking the daily. So who should actually buy now, and who should wait? 8. Buyer map. No fluff, just lanes. Buy a 2026 Sierra 6.2 now if you want ear-pleasing personality on command, sooner delivery, and the security of a known platform. Pick the new premium white if you're resale-minded. Grab the dune shade if you spend weekends in the sun and hate washing cars. Wait if you want a bigger refresh, or you're FHAV curious and hoping for a new twist in the next cycle. 2026 is the Polish and position model year. Cross-shopping F-150 5.0? Drive both the same day, same loop. One pass in normal, one in sport. If the Sierra's tone makes you smile sooner and the numbers still work, that's your answer. If you vibe with Ford's cabin flow and dealer network, don't force it. The best truck is the one you love to drive and to service. 9. Spec cheat sheet that saves you from rebuild hell. Towing light to medium, 6.2 with max tow bits, leave sport for fun runs, and keep normal for long slogs. Quiet pays dividends on 6-hour trips. Highway commuter, consider Duramax for range and cool running. Cross-check incentives, sometimes diesel pencils out better than you think. Image first buyer, new white tri-coat photographs like a luxury trim, dune hides dust and looks expensive in golden hour. Keep wheels reasonable if you live with potholes. Brake Chia tire reality, big wheels don't stop a truck, compound does. When your first set wears, move to a performance street tire and better pads lines. Your future self will thank you. 10. The controversial angle, let's just say it. Is GMC turning up the 6.2's voice because V8 culture sells while the industry pushes turbos and electrification? Yup. Is it also a way to keep you addicted to sound 1 year before the bigger news hits? Probably. That's not a knock. It's smart product planning. Trucks aren't just tools, they're experiences. If you think that's manipulative, wait until you see how many people pick Sierra after a 2-minute sport mode demo. If you think it's brilliant, you're the target audience. And there's a number that could flip this whole decision in a month. The wild card isn't horsepower, it's incentive stacking. If GMC fires a loyalty plus dealer cash combo before Thanksgiving, Sierra could undercut equivalent F-150 builds by a couple grand out the door. That turns nice exhaust into nice monthly. I'm tracking those offers and I'll break them down when they hit. You can now decode Sierra versus F-150 in one move. Feel first, math second. If Sierra's sport mode voice clicks and early availability helps you time a deal, go Sierra. If Ford's ecosystem fits your life better, stay put. Either way, you won't get played by brochure speak. If that saved you time, subscribe so you don't miss next week's buyer math. Fuel costs, likely incentives, and 3-year resale for Sierra 6.2 versus Duramax versus F-150 5.0. That's where you keep thousands. 11. HD shoppers. Read the tea leaves, not the rumor mill. Your exact cab bed may have vanished in Sierra HD. That's GMC pruning slow sellers, so the builds that matter move faster. Ask your dealer which 3 specs they'll stock heavy and why. You'll get better leverage on those, and you'll get your truck sooner. Bonus, the new colors roll to HD too, so you still get the fresh look even if your old combo is history. 12. Common questions. I keep seeing these. Is the louder sport fake? Number this is valved hardware doing valved things. No soundbar trickery. Any power bump? Not for 26. This is a feel year, not a dyno year. Why not give us the big refresh now? Because pacing matters. A small change plus earlier availability can sell more trucks than a late big change, and it keeps a spotlight for 2027. Will this hurt long trip comfort? Not if you use modes as intended. That's the point of normal tow staying tame. 13. My take. 2026. Sierra is a handshake, not fireworks, but a confident handshake matters. Earlier builds, richer colors, and a turn-the-dial smile from the 6.2's sport mode are exactly the kind of things that win on a Saturday. If you buy trucks with your ears and your gut, you'll get it in 30 seconds. If you buy with a calculator, you'll still like that the rest of the package stayed simple and proven. Before this video, you had carryover year equals skip in your head. Now you can walk into a dealer, ask for 2 identical test loops, toggle sport on Sierra, and instantly know whether it beats your F-150 shortlist. That's clarity you can use in one afternoon. Bottom line, earlier production, a more charismatic sport mode, and a cleaner lineup make the 2026 Sierra a sharper play than the rumor mill gave it credit for. If this helped you shop faster and smarter, hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. Sierra vs. F-150 ownership math, fuel, incentives, maintenance, and 36-month resale. Drop your use case, towing weight, commute miles, must-have options, down below. I'll help you dial the build that fits your driveway, not the brochure.